Oh, hey guys, didn't see you there. Just kidding. Listen, we're gonna talk about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript today. These are the absolute basic building blocks of society when it comes to web development. HTML is literally kirpichi, as we say in Russian, but it's bricks. It's bricks, but in reality, it's headers, footers, header tags, paragraphs, anchors, buttons, forms. It's not that complicated. Really, you can do 99% of what you're looking for with simple divs, div. They're just div blocks, and I'll show you that. After that, once you put everything together, you want to put some lipstick on a pig. So that's what we have CSS for. Back in the day, say 20, 25 years ago, every single time that we put a paragraph tag on, we'd have to set the font style and the size and the bolding on that paragraph. And then we'd have to do that on another and another. And for those developers that are still building, emails to this day, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about because most emails are still built this way. But anyway, for you guys that are joining us in the last 15, 20 years, we now have something called CSS, and that lets you change the visual aspects of something. You can assign a style to something or define a style called alpha and then apply that style to multiple elements. So you can just update one piece of code and everything else will get updated. So we'll get into that as well. And then there's JavaScript. JavaScript runs in the browser. It's a scripting language, and that kind of handles all the interactions that you'd have on your website. It's really just event driven. So you have on-click events, on-load events, whatever is relevant. Most apps are pretty simple. You click and then some logic happens and it's executed. Maybe you want to make an API call to get some data. Suppose we're making an address book. You know what? Maybe that's a great idea. Let's make an address book in a future project. But anyway, in the meantime, you got HTML. Those are your building blocks. You got CSS, which is the visual style. And then you got JavaScript, which is your events. So having said that, let's get to it. Okay, guys, I want to show you how insanely easy it is to start building HTML. And the reason is the browser automatically recognizes it. So what you're seeing now is my desktop. In the bottom right corner, I have my IDE, which is just a development environment. In other words, it's a fancy text editor. For you, by default, you'll have Notepad installed if you're using Windows or some other text editor. That's perfectly fine for now. You can start with that. So I'm just going to make a new file in this folder here, and I'm going to call it index.html. I can literally call it whatever I want, but the point is it's an empty file. And because it's an HTML extension, your system will by default try to open it with your browser, which in my case is Google Chrome. So when I open this file, you'll see that it's blank in Chrome, and it's also blank in my editor. Now, this isn't correct, but I just want to show you that if I type Roman was here in all caps, press save, and reload this file, you'll see that it'll also show up on my left. So congratulations, you are now a web developer. Go get yourself that $60,000 job. So if you want, if you want to get a little more fancy, we can do what's called an H1 tag, and this is a simple building block, the primary header building block of HTML, and we'll call this header. Roman's still here. And under it, we can add a P block. That P block is a paragraph block, and we can say this is a fancy paragraph. Paragraph. Press save, reload, and there you go. You see that we have different formatting. Now, if I were to open this in a different browser or in a different operating system, it would look different. So that's where our next lesson about style sheets is going to come in. But now maybe you'd want a link. A link is called an anchor tag, to which you can specify an href, which is, I guess, hyperlink reference. It doesn't really matter. I'm not about terminology too much. It's where you want to go. So we can go to w3schools.com, for example, and we can add a label. I'll just make it label for link. When I press save and reload, Now we have a label for link. And when I press this button, oh, I guess that doesn't exist. So I will add HTTP, which is probably something you're familiar with if you've been on the internet. Reload, press the link again, and now I'm at the W3 Schools website, which is a perfect place to be because this is exactly where I want you to go to do your homework. I want you to go to the HTML section and just start following them one by one. You'll also notice that a proper HTML website actually has these following tags in it. So we're going to throw that in there, but there's really no need for me to go into detail. You can read about it on your own, and you'll see that it's very possible and doable. And here's the code that's been copy and pasted. This is pretty standard, and there you have it. So that's HTML in a shell of nuts. Let's move on to styling. Okay guys, let's do another example, but this time we're going to add some styling to it, and that's called CSS. Again, I'll link you to W3 Schools so that you can go and figure it out on your own. My goal right now is just to show you that it's possible, and it's possible with very little effort. So if you have an imagination, you can do it. I want to delete first everything so that you're not distracted, and I want to make my font a little bigger. So press save, reload. You'll see maybe some padding changed because of the missing body tag, but it's still all there. So let's make a style tag, and we can say that we want all paragraphs to have a color of red. In fact, I'm even going to delete the header. Let's reload. And now we have a red paragraph. It's that easy. But what if I want a red paragraph and a blue paragraph? Well, hold on. 2 red paragraphs. But what we can do is add a class. And that class, I'm just going to call it alpha. I'm going to say the color for all the alpha paragraphs is blue. But if I add a class alpha, now I got a blue paragraph. It's that simple. It's a basic concept, but we can use different building blocks with different styles to build all sorts of websites. We can throw in images, buttons, links. It's just literally at the grasp of your hands. So please check this out, w3schools.com, CSS, and just check it out. There's so much that CSS or styling can do for you. Nobody can put it into a single video. In fact, I'm sure their tutorials don't even cover everything. It's constantly growing. Check it out. Okay guys, part 3, JavaScript. So I've shown you HTML, the building blocks. I've shown you CSS, how to style stuff, or the fact that you can. And now I'm going to show you JavaScript. This is the event-driven stuff that I've been talking about. I'm going to share my screen and show you written code that I already have because I don't want you sitting here watching me type. But all I really have on my screen here is this h1 tag that has an on-click handler with a function that I made. That definition of a function looks something like this: constant handler equals function. And all this function does is takes the entire body of the document and updates it to whatever I want. In this case, it'll update it to have a header tag that says poof, where did he go? So what I'm going to do is click on this header. Poof, where did he go? That's it. Now, take this concept of building, styling, and driving things with events. Now you can build all sorts of applications. You know, you can have input forms, login forms, log in, see your profile. There's a lot of little concepts, but first you have to learn what JavaScript is and how it works. And again, it's not my place to teach you, it's my place to inspire you. I want you to go to W3 Schools, go to their JavaScript section, and check it out. And I'm not affiliated with them in any way, I just think it's a fantastic resource. It helped me learn 15 years ago, and it can help you learn today. And once you've caught up, and once you've done all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript stuff, then you can come back here and we can get to the actual real stuff that's a lot more complicated. So, you know, do your homework.